Hey, guess what we are training today? We are doing accessory glute movements
She, in fact, did not do accessory movements and did only compounds.
because I'm on my period, I'm not feeling too strong. And hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm easily injured. I've herniated a disc, had a laparoscopy, and broken my ankle all in the span of the last 5 months. So we're taking it easy, okay? I don't know if I want to do the compounds today. Obviously, the standards for is hip thrust, RDL. I don't know if I can do those today because my lower back is going. We've got new mics coming in the post tomorrow. So this garbage quality, it's the last you're gonna hear of it, okay? Shorts on from TikTok. The link is in the description. We're gonna do dynamic warm up. Very important to warm up the hip flexors, very important to warm up the knees and the ankles, especially if you're injury prone. So let's get started. Hissing with rain outside. So all the pedestrians, the pussies, not including me, obviously, hashtag don't have a license, they've stayed home.
So here I am doing my little dynamic stretches. This is the right side for my right hip flexor, and my qualifications is 10 years of gymnastics and ballet. Thank you very much. I can do all the splits, and then I do these because it improves the mind muscle collection to both quads and both hammies, getting them ready for the
This movement is really important, where I've got both legs at a right angle and then lean forwards and backwards. I get a juicy click in the rear hip doing these. No, not today. And then at more of a 45-degree angle, you can do these. You can add a raise.
Now these are rough on the knees, let me tell you, so you're welcome to use a yoga mat to do these.
Not entirely sure what those do, but everyone does them. Currently listening to that goofy song by NLE Chopper, you know, Slut Me Out To. If I was a bad bitch, I wanna fuck me too. That one. Like this, and then like that, and then it's just the things I do. No, it does feel really good though. If you're lazy, you can put a water bottle underneath, or you can just imagine that it's there. You can even do some ab exercises because the majority of get abs in 5 minutes exercises is actually hip flexors. So the more you lean forward with these, the harder they are.
And then I'm just doing this little combo of going from a sissy squat to a squat flat foot transition because it gets all the little balancing muscles activated, especially if you're going to do barbell squats. I highly recommend doing these beforehand and stretch the fuck out of your quads, and it gets those knees popping.
Find a wall, stand against it, and do these. Lift your toes off the floor and try and put as much weight in your heels as possible. It warms up these muscles in front of your tibia. Can't remember what they're called, but it promotes healthy knees. You can alternate if it's getting a bit too hard.
And then I've set up in a little lunge facing the wall, again opening that right hip out, getting that hip flexor going. Again, you can put a little yoga mat under your knee if this is a little too harsh for you. Not only do I recommend getting your legs and hips warm for leg day, but I recommend getting your erectors and your core warm, so your lower back and things that you're going to need to brace to do heavy RDLs and hip thrusts. So all of this is just unilateral weight. So I've grabbed a little kettlebell here of 12 kg, you know, a reasonable weight that I can put over my head, and I'm just doing some farmers walks, some deadlifts, some RDLs with just that before moving on to hip thrusts. So the barbell hip thrust, the majority of pure gyms these days have these hip thrust station things that will usually be chilling against the wall somewhere. They're not very heavy. Just go, set them up. And the grip specifically on the floor is really good if you take your shoes off. I was wondering why I was wobbling all over the place. Take your shoes off. You'll have more connection with the ground, okay? And then you can see each one of my first reps, I set up by pushing up off the floor, and then I grab the bar once my upper back is set up. Do you see that? I push up and then I grab it. And then that is the sort of tempo I'm doing. Bosh. So just did 100, 110, 120 kg for failure. This is failure. See? I keep it there. I keep pushing. I'm pushing upwards. I can't. And then I release it slowly. Moving on to RDLs after that kerfuffle we had with the gentleman over there. Just starting out with 60. These felt really good. So I've got 110 on the bar, right? I always do hip thrusts and then RDLs because I've got 2 20s and a 10, so I'll just take the 10 and a 20 off each side, and I'm left with 60, and I'll do my RDLs with that. Mind you, there are 6 like racks. There's 3 like squat areas and 3 deadlift sort of platforms with the wooden bit in my gym. 4 of those are empty. Okay, there's bars available. I take the 10s off, I take 120 off, and as I'm racking it, some dude walks up behind me, yeets the other 20 off, and there's still 2 20s on the other side. He like yeets the bar on the floor and starts walking off with the bar. I said, "Excuse me, sir, I wasn't done." And he goes, "What? No, I was just helping you re-rack it." I said, "I was going to do RDLs. Put it back." He goes, "Oh, sorry, miss. Sorry, miss." I go, "Put it back." A lot of the gym is watching because this is like, our racks are in the middle of the floor, essentially. So he's just embarrassed himself for 0 reason. Had he come up to me and asked, "Excuse me, can I have this bar?" I don't even know what the fuck he needed it for. He was doing like cross training in the little like astroturf area, you know, some pure gyms have, where you can like run up and down and push the little cart with the weights and do like little mini sprints and walk up and down and walking lunges and things like that. He was doing that area the whole time. He's some sort of like athlete, I'm not sure. What the fuck did he need my barbell for? There was ones available. There was racks available. There was plenty of weights. It was not busy. I will not have some man take over my space in the gym. And so he puts 60 back on and he racks the bar, and then he's awkwardly, like, he hasn't even racked it, it's still on the floor, and he's awkwardly trying to shove the other set of 20s on. I go, yo, relax, I can't RDL 100, yeah? He didn't like apologize afterwards. He just sort of plonked it there, and he left the 20s that he threw off on the floor, which I can barely pick up because of my fucking nails. I have to fucking scrape them off the floor. And he just fucks off back to his little AstroTurf training area, tail between his legs. He's obviously mad embarrassed. But it would have been better if he'd like finished the job properly, profusely apologized, and then gone to another rack to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do with my barbell. But no, he just fucked off back to his AstroTurf area and sat in the corner for like 15 minutes. He was vlogging as well the whole time on like a really big professional camera on a tripod. So let me know if anyone finds the other half of the story time, because that would be hilarious. But what the hell? What the hell? So now, because I told him as he was racking the weights and he put 100 on the bar, I said, yo, I can't RDL 100. Now the next goal has to be able to RDL 100. So that next time that fucking happens, I can be like, yeah, motherfucker, put 100 on the bar. Leave that shit. Can we talk about how good my makeup looks in good lighting after gym and taking a shower? Don't mind the pimple patch, but being on your period is a state of mind. Whether you're on your period or not, if you're training in shorts, I definitely recommend bringing a little cardigan to just wrap around, especially if you're doing bend over movements, so that your entire bakery isn't exposed to the gym. Again, just doing some RDLs with 65 and then going into single leg B stance RDLs. Haven't done these in a long time, like 6 months, because they are very harsh on your spine, but they're really good for your core because you have to brace the fuck out of everything to keep it all central. But they do feel really good on your ass cheek if you do them right. Moving on to elevated straight leg hamstring biased deadlifts, straight leg deadlifts, okay? Not RDLs, SDLs. SLDs. Do you ever just look around and think to yourself, I'm actually surrounded by wet wipes? Because I do, often. Jumping into some what I think are called Jefferson curls for spine mobility. Only do these if you're advanced and potentially prone to spinal injuries. It's good to get your spine lubricated and warmed up and keep it strong in these positions. Then these are fulcrum deadlifts. Can you see the little 5 plate I've got only on the left side here? Well, my right side. And I'm doing sort of RDL deadlifty sort of movements, and I'm fighting for my absolute life to keep that barbell straight and to keep the path as normal as it would be. Hypothetically, would you giggle if you saw someone in the gym doing seated shoulder press with their legs spread and straight like a starfish? Like, I'll draw a diagram. It's rude to laugh at people in the gym, but hypothetically, that would be really funny. And then, sorry to flex here, but I had to just jump up and do a few pull-ups. Guys, I got 3 pull-ups today. Yippee! I'm counting that one, by the way. Okay, that counts. And then this awkwardly cropped angle because of the gentleman I'm trying to crop out. I just did some little leg raises all in one clip. I still haven't dropped. My grip strength is really good. Get yourself some liquid chalk for the love of God, okay? This is really good for the core. Just swinging around, but all controlled. Is that the other? Yeah, the grip hurts after that. Right, jumping into some cable kickbacks. As you can see, I have stepped my right leg over the cable and my left working leg is going up, 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 up. And I am holding on for dear life. I'm practically parallel to the floor in terms of my torso and my working leg. And these, if you've ever done ballet and you do an attitude, and that's why I've got my working leg quite bent and turned out, that's when I feel it in my top of my ass, basically. Oh my gosh, here's the pump check, guys. Guys, look, my ass looks amazing. And then I think the video awkwardly cuts off now. So bye, subscribe, like, comment, bye.